Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fantastically well. So again, it's Sunday. It's time for me to take a bit of reflection, look back on the week, see how I've actually done. And it's not been as good as I would have liked, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not as bad overall. I think what I like to do reflections on a Sunday. It gives me a bit of a time from when the markets are closed on a Friday night, just to review some of the trade, look at what's actually happened, look at the overall results, not just on my funded accounts with FTMO Blue Guardian, but it's across my whole portfolio of trades. It's obviously crypto, it's stocks, it's spread betting, it's all the whole range. Have time to digest, look at all the results, put them into spreadsheets, and then see how I've actually done overall and look at the whole performance. So if we take just the trading within the funded accounts, it's actually not been that great this week. If we look at Blue Guardian, I'm actually down about 2.5%, which is probably my worst performance for a long time this year. So I took the profit split end of last week, got all the new account credentials, obviously I migrated over to a new broker, started off trading and it just wasn't going my way. Again, keeping the risk management under control, I did manage to have a couple of losing trades, so got into that drawdown. I'm really not focusing too much on that one now. So with Blue Guardian, I was managing the risk as best I could, making sure it wasn't going any more than 1% per trade. And most of the trades are only about sort of 0.75%. So I think I had 3 losing trades on the row to get me down to that sort of 2.5% overall. Not my best performance, not what I actually want to do, but I think for me, I'm going through some changes in the trading. It's that real sort of emphasis from passing challenges, just getting small winners, getting over the line, getting momentum, to going into proper trading again, looking at the trends, looking at actually getting onto a real good risk to reward and making sure I'm not risking too much and getting onto a good trade. It's taken a bit of time, probably a bit longer than I actually thought. I think also this week, because I've obviously had a few profit splits and waiting for the accounts to be verified, I've not done actually any analysis work, not done any real performance on myself, not looking at how I'm actually improving on the trades. And it's actually shown in the results I've actually had. So I think going forward for next week, when I'm not actually wanting to trade, because I've obviously taken a few days off here and there, I'm actually going to focus on the setups, looking for the trades, doing some more testing and more analysis work, so when I actually place the trades, I feel in a much better position. It could be a whole range of things that got on this week. I don't know for sure. It could be hydration levels are not quite right. Caffeine levels are too high. It could be anything that actually the performance has actually dipped. And as we know, when actually in trading, is that fine lines between success and failure. And it could be the most simple things to actually adjust to make the biggest gains. So for me, the upcoming week is really looking to just follow on from what I've learned from the mistakes, and going forward, I'm making some much better progress next week. And that's why I do these weekly summary recaps, just to give that sort of impression of a full-time trader. This is obviously my job, how I'm actually doing, and to give inspiration to other people. Now, it can be that everyone believes they're the perfect best trader in the world, and I always say that I'm not. I'm nowhere near the finished article, and I don't think anyone ever would claim to be if they're a full-time trader. It's those ups and downs that keep us real, keep us sane, and actually keep our feet grounded to be able to make the better returns in the future. And as soon as we start saying, I'm the best, I've got this one well and truly sorted, that's when we get into our heads. And before we know it, those sort of 1, 2, 3 mistakes per week become per month, per year. And before we know it, we've blown all our accounts, lost all the money, and had to go back and get another job to fund our entire lifestyle. So although I'm down on Blue Guardian, FTMO, I'm actually not traded at all this week. Now, what happened was the profit split was on the Monday. With FTMO, they actually wait until midnight of that day before actually analyzing the account. It takes 1 to 2 business days for them to actually go away and do analysis work, make sure that all of the trades are correct. Because obviously being on a funded account, unless you're on a swing account, obviously there are some rules you have to stick by. Not trading the big restricted news items 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after, and obviously not holding trades over the weekend, which I don't do anyway. So they actually came back, reviewed the account, and the profit split was given to me. Managed to make a withdrawal and took that account money into my account. But also processing the actual refund of the challenge fee, so I hope I'll get that in the next day or so as well. So we can see from the screenshot that we've actually got the payout, just over £700 into my account. So overall, my financial account is growing. That allows me to buy other challenges in the future if I need to, but also reward myself with some great trips and holidays throughout the rest of this year, which is the big plan. So although I said I didn't trade FTMO, I did one thing actually on the account, and that was essentially, I did one small trade on the Friday that then allowed me to change my profit day split towards the end of the month. Originally, it was going to be towards the beginning of April, and as we've seen before, where it actually take a while to assess the account, review the account, and give new account details, I brought it forward by a few days so that I can actually have that all sorted by the start of April. so there'll be no delays. Again, start of April's Easter anyway, so there's going to be a lot of closed days in the markets. It'd just be nice to actually have that all done and dusted and sorted. I've also taken some big steps this week in my journaling and my record keeping, which has been a bit poor throughout the challenge phase of it. I've got a much better back-end process in place. I've updated my trading plan, got all of my journaling all sorted out and ready to really use as a springboard going forward for the rest of this month to be able to make some great profit returns and splits throughout the end of March. So again, it's a bit of a downer, not the ideal week. It'd really be nice to actually sit here and share that I've made 10-20% profit. Reality is I've done that throughout the first couple of months through the challenges. There's a slight subtle difference between the funded accounts, which I'm obviously going through at the moment. But again, once I've got through that over the next couple of weeks, we'll really be making some great gains and good returns on these accounts. So thanks for watching. I hope it's given some inspiration, everybody, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers.